Sean Diddy Combs' trial is almost coming to a conclusion. Let's talk about it. All right, it says here, Sean Diddy Combs' trial, the prosecution expects to rest. That just basically means the prosecution has put on their case, they made the forth their allegations, they have the burden of proof, and that they're expecting to say, all right, we've done all we can do on our end. We've presented all the information and evidence to the court. Now we're going to rest. And what happens after they rest? The defense lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs, who's the actual defendant in this trial, they will put on their case. Now, they don't have to. It's always important to know that the defense doesn't have to do anything. The burden is on the prosecution. But it says here the defense is not calling any witnesses, and it's also been reported that they're only going to take a couple of days or so to put on their case, but they're not going to call any witnesses, which is probably why it's not going to be that long. So listen, just to recap, I've already explained to you all the charges here against Diddy. As you look here, count one is racketeering conspiracy under this code 18 U.S. Code section 1962. I've already talked to you about that. We don't have to go over that, but that's your racketeering conspiracy. It's important to note, though, because I'm hearing a lot of people go into the whole RICO and enterprise thing. It's important to note that they are prosecuting under this actual statute, 18 U.S.C. 1962, subsection D, where they talk about conspiracy. And it's important to note that conspiracy is not the actual RICO itself. That is a different crime. I've already explained that, so I won't go into that. So that's the first count that they're charging Diddy with, and the second one is the under 18 USC Code subsection 1591 for sex trafficking of children or sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. I mean, I'm sure you've heard all that. And again, I've explained all these. And the third one will be, as you know, as called the Mann Act, or 18 USC Code section 2421, transportation. And that's that actual charge. Of course, transportation of workers across state lines for the purpose to engage in commercial sexual activity or any sex activity. I've already pointed all these out, so go look at the previous video. So now that you've heard all the evidence that the prosecution has put on, and they're about to rest, or they probably rested already as the trial is currently going on. But now that you've heard pretty much everything from the prosecution, they've thrown out, man, a number of witnesses. They've had the actual security, the Homeland Security agents who actually searched his home, searched his hotel room, searched him. They've put up evidence of all kinds of physical evidence, whether it was drugs or whether it was actual guns that they found. You tell me, now that you've heard it all, I want to hear your thoughts, because I've been giving you guys this entire time. And remember, jurors answer questions of fact. The court answers questions of law. I have given you all the law on all these three charges. Now it's up to you to hear, to see what the actual, do the facts add up to the actual law to make a conviction? Or do you say, nah, Diddy didn't do this, or maybe Diddy will be convicted of this, but not convicted of that? Will he be acquitted of all charges? You tell me. I want to hear. These are, people in the jury are people just like yourself who are going to take in all this information, all this evidence, and then you tell me, did the prosecution, from your perspective, did the federal government reach their burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant, Sean Diddy Combs, has committed these alleged charges? Remember, there's still allegations because he has not been convicted yet, and nor has he pled guilty to anything yet. He's actually pled not guilty, but as of right now, he hasn't pled guilty, he hasn't made a plea. So I want to hear from you. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Now that you know all the charges, I want to hear from you. Do you think the prosecution has reached their burden in this trial, now that they're about to rest and the defense is about to put on their trial? I want to hear from you. It's your brother, Attorney Jeff.